Hello. So we're coming in for our final part on today's series. Wait till we get a few folks joining us. Hello, hello. Sorry, I can't actually read without these. So let me put these back on. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. Again, this is Firefighter Margaret Stewart coming to you with our Live with LAFD. This is part 3 this morning. If you haven't seen, go check out our stories for parts 1 and 2. We're with Task Force 39. They're stationed up in Van Nuys. We are down in West LA at Fire Station 59 right now, which is one of our local company training towers. And in part 1, you got to see a full structure fire response. Ladders thrown, hose lines filled, lines taken aloft, so be sure to check that out. Part 2, you got to see a Mayday rescue operation. And in this one, we're going to be showing you how the aerial ladder is operated. So this firefighter is practicing to take the upcoming, what we call apparatus operator. That's the person that drives the truck and is responsible for the ladders. So they're going to practice going through their operation. We're going to stay out of the way, just going to let you see what happens. They're going to come in, put the outriggers, stabilize the truck, and what we call throw the aerial. When we put ladders in place, we call that throwing ladders. We don't physically, well, actually ground ladders we do. We physically throw them into place. So that's what we're going to show you this morning. The crews are all getting ready. Let me just see if somebody's asking if this is a Quint. No, this is a Tillard truck. This is not a Quint. Let me see if we have any questions we can answer. Hello to everyone. Hello from the UK, Dave Ogerman, 39s. Do we have CJ Cueva? Are you a 39s alum? From Sun Valley, hello, hello. From Germany. Look at all this. This is great. I'm glad to have you with us. Yes, this is a 100-foot aerial ladder. Some of them vary, like 105 feet, etc. But generally it's a 100-foot aerial ladder. Hello from the Canary Islands. Wow, long ways away. Retired Captain, Studio East, welcome. Okay, let me get you turned around so you can see the action taking place. So this is the AO, as an acting AO, so he's chalking the tires. He came out and put the plates, we call these the plates, on the outriggers. These are going to extend out, and it's what stabilizes the truck. So right now he's putting the chalk. I see him running through there, putting the chocks out, and you're going to see him. If you're looking there, you'll see him putting the plate on that outrigger. Now we're going to transition around. So this is extending the outrigger, and now he's going to do, if you look through there, you can see the other side going out and down, and that's going to take the load. You can actually see the truck move. So he's making sure that those are both loaded and in place. He's going to put the pin in to make sure they're locked so they can't collapse. How's the weather? It's beautiful here today. We've had a bunch of rain, but today it's really nice. So now he's gone up to the pedestal, that's what we call it, and he's going to start to raise the aerial ladder. So you can see the aerial ladder going up. We're going to climb up in. Bobbling around trying to get into a spot where you can see. You can see he's moving the aerial into position. He's looking for his spot, controlling the levers here. So he's looking start climbing it. That's all controlled here. Very smooth, slow actions to get the ladder into place. And we'll just show you, this is where it's bedded. We call it bedding the ladder when you bring it back into place. And that appliance right there is called the ladder pipe. That goes on the end of the aerial when we have to use heavy streams for a defensive operation. You get out of the way. So now he's checking his spot, if it's where he wants it to be. Oh, Greg Dolan has a fire buff 6-year-old. Excellent. Well, I hope he enjoys watching this. There we go. That's the shot. That's the shot right there we need, right? So everyone screenshot that, Greg. Screenshot that for your son. And we can also see at the same time they've got some operations going on over there. So that's the actual AO down there, checking the spot. You can see where his goal was to take it to that left side of the entrance on the roof there. And that closes up to protect it. Now they'll come up and have a little talk about his operation. That's what we do regularly. Do it, talk about it, see what we can do better. And so now they're looking at their spot. Do we have any questions about the truck? Some of the tools, let me see if I can safely show you some of this. So this is what we call rubbish hooks, a roof kit. You can see that there's 2 of them that are connected so that strap, that black strap, can just be slung over the shoulder. So we can have 2 rubbish hooks to take up to the roof. Here's a top side view of the outriggers. And that's the tilt. We'll go back. You want to take a look at the tillers? The dog house, as some call it. So this is where the tiller sits. We'll give you a view of the best seat in the house. Well, it depends on who you ask, but this is a pretty cool shot. All right, Greg, there's a shot for your 6-year-old. So this is the tiller controls the wheels at the back of the rig. They operate independently from the front. So when the front goes, depending on how they're driving, you may need to assist and bring your back around so you don't crash into something. Got a couple fans here because it can get hot back here. No air conditioning. They have the lights, your indicators. Let's see, what else? What else can we show you? Headset so that they can communicate. Back in the day, these were open. There was just a little screen right here. I'm sure we got some folks on here that ever ridden an open tiller. I can remember the day, pouring rain, I've got goggles on, I can't see anything on the freeway. So it looks like we got some grown-up kids enjoying this too. Excellent. All right, before I won't get out and try to capture it. So let me try to zoom you in. You can see them working on the 35 extension ladder right there. So while the AO's in the person practicing to take the AO test is working on the aerial, he's got some ladder evolutions going here. You know, when you're actually out on the street and you've got sloping roads, you've got cars in the way, you can't get that perfect angle. Let me see if I point out that they're working on between the building and the base of the ladder. You can't always get that. And so learning how to adjust your ladder throw. Oh, getting a little bit of a shake. Okay, here, so now let me zoom back out and you can watch the view of the aerial coming back in. As I said, we call this bedding the ladder. Brings it all the way back around. And it'll go into these holders here. As we wait for the ladder. not many people get to see, right? From inside the tiller back at the ladder as it comes down. We'll just sit here until this is bedded. I can't safely get out of here until this operation is complete. You can see in the background there, they're still working on the 35 to the right over there, looking at how you move it along left and right along your spot. So now he's stopping it and he's checking to make sure he's got it lined up right. And you can see they'll use these tags here to see their alignment, how high up they are. So you can see it shifting slightly before he brings it all the way down to make sure that he's got it lined up right. And here it comes. It may look like it, don't worry, it's not going to crash into the window. And there you go. Boom, done. Bedded. And this is where you can't see it because this is the other sections that extend, but the ladder pipe will get hooked up here. And then the hose runs, obviously you have to imagine this is turned around like it was, but the hose runs all the way down to the ground to the supply. All right, if you can hold with me for a minute here, it's going to be a bit jumbly while I get out of here and down to another spot. See what they're going to do. Oh. He's bringing the outriggers down, so you can feel the truck moving because he's bringing back in the outriggers. So we'll wait until he's done with that. See, they're bringing down the 35 over here. It looks like they lost the lanyard, or the halyard, sorry. Yeah, so they had to bring it down fully extended because the halyard looks like they had a malfunction. So that's what you have to do. You have to adapt and make it happen. All right, we're gonna make our way back down. All right, hold on for a second, folks. Actually, I'm just gonna go this way. It's a little easier. Just when I don't have my hands free. See, this is where the step down, but you're gonna have to give me a second here and look at the side of the truck while I come down. Like I said, oops, sorry, apologies. Give me a second here. Okay, sorry about that. A little awkward carrying this down. Okay, so this is where the 35-foot extension ladders hang out. And this is what I was talking about. You could see that the halyard that's in the pulley up at the top, it came out, so something happened. And so I'll have to fix that. These blowers we use for ventilation. If we have smoke in a building, like up a stairwell onto one of the, like say the 5th floor of an apartment building, then we'll use those positive pressure ventilation at the stairwells to push the smoke out. Let me see if I can take a peek. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're doing anything. So we'll open up the back here, show you the ground ladders. So on our trucks, this is where the ground ladders, aside from the 35s on the side, a full complement. Up here, we have pike poles, and you can see these are labeled. We have 16 foot, all the way 24, and the 20 foot. So the 24 are the 24 foot ladders, and the 20 feet, sorry. The engine has the extension. So let's see, what else can I show you? That's about it down here. I'll show you back here. So we have our, I don't know if they took one up, if they just got one being repaired. We got the 14-foot extension ladders. Let's see, what else can I show you? Any questions on I'll show you inside one of these compartments. So each compartment set up different. These are spare bottles, so we can change out. This will be like brush gear that we carry for brush fires, the radiological equipment, a variety of things. Different trucks are set up slightly different. So here we've got the water vacuum for water operations. They've got their medical gear, because this is what's called an ALS truck, meaning that it's got a paramedic on board. Take you a look inside here. So this is what we would call a forcible entry compartment. So you got 2 rotary saws, you got a sledgehammer, you got Halligans, crowbars, bolt cutters, all forcible entry equipment. Get a little bit of a closer look here. And again, you can see all this gear is chromed out and it's labeled. That's all stuff that the firefighters do themselves, pay for it themselves. All right, let's show you the inside of the captain's compartment. Again, this is similar to the engine. It's a bit loud. We'll move around. We'll find the Homultro. Should be this first compartment here. Should be the vehicle extrication equipment. So you can see we use Homultro, so we've got cutters over here. Get you a little closer look. These are all hydraulically operated. So we got the spreaders and the ram bars in the back. So this is when we need to cut a vehicle away from a patient. These are the hydraulic lines that hook up to the power sources that then operate these using hydraulics. We get out of the way, see if they're going to be doing anything. All right, so that's kind of an overview of the truck. Oh, looks like so this is another AO studying AO going through their operation, so you get to see it a little. This will probably be our last little evolution that we'll go through. So you join in, we'll follow them along. So if you missed it the first time, this is simulating the AO has just pulled the truck up to an incident, so they have to chock the tires. They're going to put the plates on for the outriggers, and then they'll extend the outriggers. Yep, Mace's DJ, this is a tiller truck. And so now they're extending the outrigger, which stabilizes the vehicle. He'll stabilize this one. And then this one. So this is what keeps the truck from flipping over once the aerial ladder is extended. Lucas is asking how many firefighters ride on the truck. We have 6 members between what we call the light force, which is the truck and the engine that goes with it. We call that the pump. So that's 6 members plus the 4 members on engine. So that's 10 members in a task force, and that doesn't include the rescue. So now he's going to go up onto the pedestal and get ready to throw the aerial. So this is the same operation that you got to see before. And this is how it works. One person does it, talk about it, see what you could do better, and then you just restart it and the next person gets in there, because the only way you learn how to do this is by doing it. Learning how to be an AO or an engineer isn't something you do in the tower, in the training academy. That's all the basic operations. So to learn how to do these positions, to try to promote to them, you have to be out here training. So this time we're going to stay on the ground so you can get a different view. He's bringing the ladder around. Again, he's going to be shooting for that opening you can see, I'm assuming, that opening you can see on the left. So he's bringing it into position. Brody's asking, do I think working for CAL FIRE is harder? Well, I can't answer that because I don't work for CAL FIRE. I'm an LA City firefighter, so wildland firefighters have a unique job. Well, not all CAL FIREs, just wildland, obviously, but specifically climbing those mountains constantly. Yeah, it's a different skill set. So all respect to them. Someone's asking, what's the difference between an LAFD ambulance and the hospital? Well, hospital ambulances only do like inter-facility transfers. They don't respond to 911 calls. So that's your major difference right there. Someone's asking if we have an animal rescue team. We don't have an animal rescue team per se. The city of Los Angeles has what's called SMART. Let's see if I can remember the acronym. Specialized... sorry, I can't remember right now, but it's the animal rescue team. We have experience rescuing horses. We have equipment for that. We also just figure out a way to do it, but we can call in the SMART team usually when it's a large animal like a horse, so the vet can give it some anesthesia or some just, the horse equivalent of Valium to calm the horse, but we don't have an internal animal rescue team. All right, so the ladder is up. It's refining, not fully extended yet. Getting it into position. All right, let me, I think that might be about the end of our operation here. Let me see if we have anything else going on. Looks like we'll give you a quick peek at some pumping operation. So there's a hydrant on the other side of this engine. I'm going to go around the back side. So they're going through what the engineer's job is, which is to supply the water to the firefighting line. So they have to conduct the hydrant operation. So that's what you're seeing there, is the hydrant is supplying into the inlet. That red keystone is the inlet into the pump, and then the discharges on the opposite side would be the lines that go to the fire. So he's going through that operation right now. I'm just going to let you watch. And this is all part of the learning process. We have to do this over and over so that it becomes second nature, and you don't have to think about what's the next step. You just go to it, and then you learn to adapt. Sometimes the hydrant's blocked. Sometimes it's a low pressure hydrant. Sometimes it's a dry hydrant. Sometimes your supply line may blow. All these different scenarios that we practice to figure out what to do if it happens on a fire where you don't have the time to learn then. You have to already know. All right. I think that's about it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's Live with LAFD with Task Force 39. Want to thank them. They're up in Van Nuys in our Valley Bureau. So we appreciate them letting us come and give you a look. And we hope to continue doing more of these as we're able. And if there's something specific that you'd like to see, let us know. Send us a DM, put some comments in the post, and let us know. All right, everybody be safe. Bye.